everyone, it's Elaine with Sweet Stampin. Thank you so much for joining me this Tuesday, June 24th. I'm going to get right to it because I have a lot to share with you. So I'm going to start by sharing some of the fun extra finds I found at one of my favorite stores called Daiso. It's like a Japanese dollar store, but way better. And there are many in California, so I'm trying to hit all the ones in the area just for fun. And so this weekend I got to go to the one in Gilroy, which is about half hour south of here. No, I didn't do the Gilroy one. That's the next one I want to do. Good. Hey, Pam and Louise, thanks for joining. And we went to the one in Fremont. That's the one we went to. And that's about 45 minutes north of here on the east side of the bay. So kind of in between here and Oakland. And it's fun fact, my dad grew up in Fremont. So it was kind of fun to go to the Fremont one for my dad. Well, and I had memories of my dad, I guess I should say. But my dad's still here, so. Okay, so let me change to this view right here. And let me show you some of the fun things. So one of the first things that I love, let me fix this a little bit because it's a little wee crooked. There we go. Is their erasable pens. So I love to give these as gifts. They come in different colors. Here's green and blue. And for fun, I'm going to show you how they work. I'm just going to grab some Post-it notes. And you can write hello, and that E is not the greatest, so you can erase it and make a better E. So these are the pens that I use that when I write notes to everybody, because I am always making mistakes and it helps to have an erasable pen. So the fun new find, so there's also these colors too. There's purple, which is my favorite. So I got a lot of purples because the stores around here, I've already bought them. I have already bought them out. Yes. And I found some new ones. So they're a little bit different style. There's black and blue. Let's bring back that Post-it note. And they are, I like the 0.7. I don't like the 0.5. It's too thin. So 0.07 is the best. And so these write just kind of like the other ones. I don't know what's a whole lot different about them except for the outside. They are super fun, and my team gets a lot of these, and my Stampin' Up! Friends and my other friends for birthdays and things. So I love those. Then I found two new containers. So this one is for postcards, it says, but I think it will fit our cards very nicely. So here's a card. Oh no, that little notch. Oh darn, that tiny little notch spoiled it. Okay, well, you could do other things, like you could do blocks because it's thick enough for blocks. You could do ink pads, several of them, like if you just need a few, and then you could put some of the re-inkers here. You could do the ink spots. Those would fit nicely in there. So there are other things that I could use this box for. I was hoping to use it for cards, but that little notch that I did not expect to be in the way. So here's the other one that I found. I already took off the wrapping, but this one I thought would be great because our water painters are very long. They're perfect to fit some water painters in. So very nice. So those will fit water painters. So if I need a lot or need to travel or whatever, I can do water painters. This one's kind of odd, but I love having extra, they call them nippers. I call them like wire cutters, clippers. They'll cut through a lot of Ooh, these are super stiff. I'm gonna have to WD-40 these. But these are really great for trimming your, just kidding, for all kinds of cutting needs. And so I like having a pair of these in the craft room. It's really handy. And then we also have one more box that I found that's a little bit different from the others. And this one has different spacers. I don't know which way it opens. I think it's this way. Oh yeah, this way. It has different spacers, so you can place them wherever you want. So if you want it to all be equal, you could place them equal, or if you need just a small space. So I thought that would come in handy. Do the spots fit? No, but just like if you're doing beads or jewelry, or if you want to take your jewelry with you, I think this is a better jewelry case than the other ones, because it'll actually keep your jewelry separate and keep it from tangling with each other. So I really like this, these cases for like jewelry. So I hope that was a little fun treat to see some things from Daiso. I love going there. So this is my little box. I got some more treats, but I can't show them right now because they will be gifts in the future for some of my team members. Ooh, I'm gonna need those. So I'm gonna put the clippers behind me. Okay, now next I want to show you the projects that we made at the Demonstrator Creativity Now event. So let me see here. I forgot to refresh these to make sure that I am good. Sound is good. Everything is good. Let me know if everything is good. Let's check this one. My internet seems to be a little bit slow. So let me know if everything is good. Yeah, my internet is really slow. Okay, but I plugged hardwire into here, so hopefully this isn't slow. So these are the cards that we made. They had full instructions with the color picture of the card. So I'm gonna show you all the ones that we made. This one I did a little differently, and I'll show you that one. Everything's great. Okay, awesome. So the suite is an upcoming suite from the holiday mini catalog. It's called Peace on Earth, and it has these fabulous elements. So it has this bundle, it's a hybrid bundle. So there's this beautiful embossing folder, Peaceful Greenery, and these label dies fit inside. So if you wanted to create a window, you could easily place the die inside, and it kind of fits in there, and then cut it out, and that would be beautiful. And then you could use this die to put your sentiment on. So this is going to be a really amazing, awesome suite. This is the paper. I haven't had a chance to do the label yet, but it has really beautiful blues in it. Kind of reminds me of the Beautiful Blues kit. I love that paper. And then doves, a little bit of basic beige. And then there is also ribbon. So let me pull up the projects, because the ribbon is with the projects. So I finally did the ribbon organizer thing. I might do a video on it, but it's very helpful. Okay, so these are the boxes. I did the boxes a little bit differently, but I'm gonna move them out of the way for now to show you the cards. So this is one of the cards here, and it has this little pocket here. I think I'm gonna make the pocket to hold, I'm gonna put the dimensionals so that it holds it in place right here. I think I made it too wide. And then this is just a really nice, simple sympathy card. Hi, Joan. And then we have this card. I modified mine a little bit. It had the ribbon going all the way around, and it was only the DSP, so it was 4 1/4 by 11, but I changed it to 4, so you could get 3 pieces out of the DSP instead of just 2. Hey, Carrie, thanks for joining. And then I didn't wrap it around. I just put a bow so that you could easily open the card. So I just made a few little things to get more out of the DSP and to make it easier to open the card. So those are the 3 cards. Next is the box. So cute, right? I didn't do the DSP. I did it with cardstock because I didn't want to use all of that pretty DSP for a box. I wanted to use it for something else. I wasn't a fan of the scoring instructions. I don't like a seam being very visible like this on the box. I did cut off the 2 tabs here and used Velcro dots to create an opening. So this will work. But I also experimented and tried making the box open kind of like a pizza box, but this resembled more like a coffin box than a pizza box. So I was, didn't quite like this version. And I would tie the ribbon and that would kind of mask the line there, but then you have to untie this to open the box. So I'm not a huge fan of that. So instead, I am going to re-score one of these pieces and make it so that the seam is going to be on the side here. And so it'll, and then I'm gonna make it so it opens. I'm just gonna redo it. So stay tuned for that, because I'm gonna redo this box and make it a little bit easier to open, a little bit cleaner. So on the project list. Okay, next we are going to do our little raffle. So this is one of the cards that I made last week from the Beautiful Blues kit that is currently available as a kit. It's not a paper pumpkin kit, so you don't need a subscription or anything. You can just purchase it. And I've got my wheel of names ready here. So let me, oh, it's going slow. Oh boy. Love the internet. Love it. So fun. So great. Okay. So sorry. Okay. I have it pulled up now. Let's go ahead and go to it and let's spin. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Spin away. Okay. Give me a name. Oh. Carrie. I don't know if I have your address, Carrie. Send me your address. Carrie. Awesome. Okay, so now back to here and then there. And then, yay, I can close this one. And we have that. Awesome. Okay, so now these are finally pulling up. And I'm going to write Carrie's name on the card. So I need a Post-it note. So I'm gonna get rid of that one and we're gonna write Carrie on this one. And then Carrie, you are going to get this beautiful card sent to you. Okay, awesome. All right, so the main event today, clean this off, is the Floral Charm Paper Pumpkin Kit along with the Floral Charm Bundle. And where did I put that? I have the stamps right here, but where did I, oh, here we go. So here's the stamp set, and these all coordinate. And then the dies, I think I left over there. I'm gonna grab them super, super quick. Stay with me, don't go anywhere. I was just using them. So here are the dies. So it has this lovely image, and then this cuts out this, this, and this. And then it's got these extra dies as well. Okay, so there's that. And then there is paper. Have I created the paper yet? I have, and I put it over there. Okay, so you'll see some of the paper. Here, I'll just show you some of them now. I made some of these exploding cards. Isn't that fun? So it's an exploding card. So that's one of the papers. And the dies here, you see the die right there. Let me pull this down. So that's this die. And then this is the Beauty and the Beast rose, I'm calling it. And then look at that beautiful paper. And then we have this paper. So I did the timid tiger. And then it opens like that. So cool. So I'm going to show you the template that I made, which has disappeared. But I'm going to create a video on this. So you will see how to make these, okay? So now to the kit. So for the kit, it comes with 3 cards that you can make. So I always do the basic 3, or the basic cards that you can make with the kit. And so these are the 3. Nope, this isn't the basic one. This is the basic one. Oops, and this is the basic one. Okay, here we go. So this is this one, that one, that one. There we go. So really pretty, and I did cut them in half. So you can see I put these on Timid Tiger, and this one's on Berry Burst, and really, really pretty. I'm not so fond of doing the outline on this card, so I'm going to show you something different that you can do. But here's some alternative cards that are simple. So just flipping. So all I did was use this card base and I flipped it. So super simple there. And then this one, what I did is I used one of these diamonds and I used this card's background, and then I made it into an easel card. So I put the front of the card here. This is the back of the card. And then I used one of the strips from the kit, Happy Birthday, Let's Celebrate You. So that's a fun take on this one. And then this card right here, I did this, which is quite different. I stamped the leaves as instructed in the kit. I used this little label from the kit, and then I used some of the pieces from the card, this card right here that goes to this one, and then you open it like that. Oh, good. I'm glad you have the kit, Louise. And hi, Connie. Thanks for joining, and Joan. So yeah, super colorful and bright and pretty. So those are my takes on the basic cards. And I have more. Here are the envelopes. I think they're so cute. I think they might be good for cards because you could use this piece, you could use that piece, and you could use this piece. So all 3 pieces of the envelope are usable. So I'm gonna take one out and show you, if you haven't seen already, how I cut up the envelopes. It's quite easy. I'm gonna put this aside since we've seen the basic cards now. So I'm using my little mini trimmer. So I'm just gonna trim just a tiny bit off that edge, and then I'm gonna trim that down to 4 1/4. I'm gonna try to get the whole thing here. So now this flap is ready to use. You could, you know, square it off a little bit. So let's square it off just a tiny bit, and then get rid of the fold line there. And then we could square this off a little bit more. And then you could use this on the side of a card, or you can use this on whatever. That'd be fun little element there. And then we're gonna cut off just maybe just to there. And then on the other side, we'll do the same. Okay, and this is gonna give us our 2 pieces here. So we have this piece. That's a cool piece. I like it. Timid Tiger and Pumpkin Pie. I feel like Timid Tiger is lighter than Pumpkin Pie. I feel like it is different. So I just cut that to there, and then if you want to square it off, you could use all 3 pieces of the envelope, which I love doing to get more cards. Put that away. And you can see I got a new background. So this stands for Sweet Stampin' and Stampin' Up. How about that? Okay, so here's the stamp set that you get in the kit full of charm. It's very pretty. And again, use the dimensional wrapper. So this is, you know, the dimensionals come in these. Save those little bags, and then your paper pumpkin stamp sets and your kit stamp sets fit. Look how perfectly that fits. Hey Gwen, thanks for joining. Aloha, I should say. So remember that. And we also have the ribbon for the Floral Charm. The Floral Charm bundle, paper, the whole suite is coming out July 1st. So then you'll have these fun goodies to use with your full of charm paper pumpkin kit. Let's see if I can Jenga this a little bit better. So that's that. And then this is the ribbon, and it's pretty thick, but I think it would be fun to like just fray it for something. Just like unbraid it and just kind of have it be frayed on something. So I'm gonna try that. Okay, so here's a totally separate card using both of the paper pumpkin kit and the Floral Charm. So this is from the Floral Charm dies. It's this die right here. And then this is from the kit. And then this is from Floral Impressions dies, which is now available. So go run and get them before they're out of stock again. And then you open it up, and I've got the happy birthday with some of the leaves stamped off. So just a fun, simple Z-fold card. What do you think? Do you like that one? Okay, so that's another one. And put that in here. And then this one, I took the outline and one of the backs of the cards and just put it on a pretty peacock, yeah. And added one of the labels with thank you. So a simple thank you card. And I think it looks really nice. Okay, so now we are, oh, nope, one more to show you. This is one that my foreign exchange student, Nona, she's staying with us for a couple weeks here this summer. She lived with us last year and did an exchange year. She said, I want to make a card. So I said, okay. So I gave her some different materials to choose from. And this is the cute card that she made with the kit and the Floral Charm. Isn't that cute? So I'm going to take a picture of that and put that on my Facebook page for sure. Super cute. So now let's make some of these. So for this one, I wanted to use this and then add just a nice little circle. And since the circle is going to be right here in the middle, I figure I'm going to cut some of these flowers. I'm going to cut that one because you won't be able to see that one, right? And then I'm going to cut this one right here. But let's see how much you can see of that one if I do that. None of it. Okay, so good. I'm going to cut this flower out. So I'm going to have some flowers to decorate with. Oh, it's attached to the leaf. Okay, cut it away from the leaf. Okay, so you're not going to see any of that, right? You're just going to think that, because I don't want to cover up the pretty flowers, right? So now we can put this on some dimensionals. So I have a whole bunch of the edge of the dimensionals, the mini dimensionals cut out. I just cut them all up into little pieces and use them all. And I use quite a bit. I don't want to use the big ones. So I'm just gonna, and there are dimensionals in the kit, but I prefer like the regular Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. They're nicer. And then we will do a couple little ones on these leaves here so the leaves aren't doing anything strange. Okay, and while I'm removing these, Let me know if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, if you've received your kit yet. There was a delay in shipping to the West Coast. Of course, the West Coast. They said that a shipper forgot to pick up a pallet. So, whoopsie. Okay, so I'm gonna just line this up with the bottom edge and trim off the top. Whoopsie, again. I shouldn't have put that all the way up in the corner, but it's okay. I'm going to trim the whole thing off. And then I'm going to adhere this down to some berry burst. Yes, berry burst. So pretty, so pretty. Okay, scoot that over. And then I'm going to add these, but I'm going to stamp something in berry burst before I add anything. Let's see, I could do happy birthday. No, I want to do the thank you. So thank you for being you. Thank you for being you. Okay, I'm gonna put it down here, kind of in the corner. And this is round, so haha, I can make it look like I stamped it straight, which I kind of didn't. I'm just gonna clean that off. Oh, clean. Okay, and if I wanted to, I guess I could stamp, you know, something from the Floral Charm, or I could stamp some of these. That would be pretty. I'm gonna do that. Okay, so let's get some scrap paper here, and I'm just gonna stamp in, what is this green? It's supposed to be Mossy Meadow, so I will do Mossy Meadow. I feel like it looks more like garden green. Okay, that looks nice. So there's our garden green. I'll cover that up so it won't matter. Or you could do, like, I could stamp the leaves. I think the leaves would look really nice there too, but I think I want to do that. Okay, so now I'm going to just kind of round this off and trim this to make it look like this is intentionally separate. Intentionally separate. And then this one we'll do as well. Trim it a little bit tighter. Okay, so there, that looks nice. I'm going to put this one down flat, cover that up. And then this one I'll put on a couple mini dimensionals. Thank you. Hey, Holly. Oh, okay, good. I thought you said your kit did not come. Okay, good. Glad your kit came. Okay, and we'll just put that right on top. Ooh, pretty. And then this is a circle. Uh-oh, this is like running out, I think. From the Spotlight on Nature dies. And I think it pairs very well with the circle from the Stylish Shape dies. And then I'm just gonna put some dimensionals probably in here. I'll do the two large ones here. And then I'm gonna put the circle on there. And then instead of the gold sequins, I'm gonna do the gold, or it's really brass, but it looks like gold butterflies. I'm gonna do some butterflies. Oh, I just accidentally pulled off the small one, so we'll go ahead and place that somewhere. But I think the butterflies are perfect for this. We'll have this butterfly going this way. I'll take a large butterfly, put it down here. Oh, I love it. Such a sweet card. Okay, so that's another one that you can do. And then I've got more. So now I'm gonna switch And I'm gonna show you a card just from the Floral Charm. Let's see, it goes this way. So Floral Charm, and these are the other DSPs, like the ones that I showed you here. So let's bring these out again. So there's 3 of the DSPs. Here's another one with this card. This is a fun fold card that really can show off your DSP. So it is 10, oh, I didn't write it down on this one. I wrote it, no, I didn't write it down on that one either. Okay, let's measure it then. It is, no, it's 12 by 5.5. And then we're scoring at 3, 6.5, and 10.5. So the other thing I use Post-it notes for, I have a whole bunch from the April Fool's trick that I did. Anyway, so this is 12 by 5.5, and then score at 3, 6.5, and 10.5. Okay. So I don't like to waste things, so I'm still using the Post-it notes that I used to cover up all the mirrors in the bathrooms. I had to take them all off, and I'm still using these. Okay, so here's this one. I stamped the flower. I added some gems, the retired in color gems, sorry, but they really went with the berry burst, and I just think it's so pretty. So there's one, and then I want to do one with this paper. So this is a different paper here. So I have a 4.25 by 5.5 piece of Blackberry Bliss. This again is the 12, oh, it goes this way, 12 by 5.5. And so I'm just going to, I know I'm covering up the pretty side, but you can still see the pretty side, and there goes the adhesive, but ta-da, I always have more on hand, ready to go. So this piece will get placed down. I think I want to put it on this side here. Perfect. Okay, and then this piece here is going to go inside, and we're going to stamp happy birthday, and then put a little bit of the DSP on the bottom that was cut off from something else. Can't remember what. And I'm just going to place that just along the bottom of the piece here. And then I'll trim it off right here. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp in Blackberry Bliss, which I forgot to move over. I actually did have it here, but I just put it away because I thought I wouldn't need it. Wow, that's got a lot of adhesive right there. So good thing to do when you change out your, look at this. I think this is the winner for the most adhesive I've ever had on a adhesive thing. So you want to clean off your adhesive. Look at that. It looks like a big booger. Okay, so we're going to stamp happy birthday from the set here. Okay. Hopefully I can get this pretty straight. Oh, that's good. Okay, so we've got happy birthday. Ugh, still sticky. Okay, so that's going to go in there. Yes, good, good. Okay, and then on the front we have our spotlight. No, this is the Stylish Shapes. And then I don't think I'm going to stamp anything there this time. And then I can color, but I'm not going to do it now in interest of time. And I'm going to put butterflies on this one. And then we'll have a beautiful card, just like this one. So super fun, super pretty. Okay, and then I do have some other colored elements that could be included in those. Okay, so that's that one. I still have a couple more things to show you. Lots to show you today. Okay, so this card. So I want to do a watercolor card. So, yep. Okay, that's that, and that goes there. So I brought out a piece of watercolor paper. So it looks like it is 5. So I'm gonna cut it to 3 3/4 because that's the coordinating, so that it'll be the same all around. And then let's see, how do I want to add this? Yeah, like that. And I'm gonna do a little bit of pretty peacock ink, okay? And it looks like I need to squeeze, or I need to get an ink refill, but I'm just gonna squeeze because I just want the tiniest bit. And then, can you believe it? I am actually using these little things that I said I do not like, but I'll admit it, they work okay. So I'm just using the little glue dots from the kit, and I'm putting it on all the leaves, and then I'll put some on the like flowers. So just like one right there, and then one over here. Whoops. And one over here. Do you guys use these little dots? They're not my favorite, but they kind of do work, and it's better than trying to glue this down. Ugh, don't like gluing. So I'm just gonna use all these up, because why not? And then you can save this piece, just like I show you how I save the dimensionals backs, because those will hold sticky things for you. And it's nice just to have a little piece sometimes, a little clear piece. So I'm saving that. And then I'm gonna take the backs off of all of these, which is also very fun. Okay, let's see, who else? I like them for attaching twin bows. Hey, Jolinda. Twine bows. Oh, that's good. I missed an E. That's a great idea. Okay, so this one, and then 2 more. Sorry. You could probably add one over here too, but this is good. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this down. This is a total experiment, and this is an idea from dear Jolinda. And we're gonna do a little bit of watercoloring. So let's see, how did I have it? Like this? Yes, so that it fits on the card. Okay. So I'm gonna watercolor. Should I do the leaves or the flowers? I'm not sure. What do you think? I'm gonna get the small one. Very, very small one. Get a little bit of water going. Okay. Let's see. Which ones should I do? I'm doing the flowers, the big flowers. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of water, and I'm just gonna start coloring in the flower petals just super lightly, because I don't want to get water on the piece here. And so I'm gonna try and do it as quickly as I can so that you can see what it looks like. I think it'll look super pretty. Good idea, Jolinda. And then I can go back in and add, whoops, too much water. Add some darkness and depth and shadows in. Since this is watercolor paper, I can do that a little bit later. But this is kind of fun. It's like coloring, you know, in the lines. Like embossing it. That's fun to do when you emboss it and then color it. Is that looking pretty? Yeah, it is. I like it. Okay. So we're doing the 2 roses because I think that and that are different flowers. And let's just add a little bit of dark since everything is still kind of wet. We'll add a little bit of dark in there. A little bit of water. I can just get lost watercoloring, so. But I think you get the idea. Look at how pretty that is. Really, really pretty. So I'm gonna play with this more later and add some more like shadows in here because that's looking pretty amazing. Try and get some of the little ones in here a little bit. A little bit. So pretty. Okay. I can't stop. Okay, I loves it. And then I'll do this flower later. So fun. That's cool. And I might just go ahead and just do all the flowers. We'll see. And then I'll show you the finished card. So there's that one. Okay. All right, now I have one left, and this is a one that I want to change. Okay, so I don't like what I did with the pretty peacock and the stamping. I like this piece, so this piece is coming off, and maybe I'll do like pretty peacock one on here instead. I'll do something else instead here, but I'm not really liking it. I think it can be better. So I'm just gonna take this one off. I really did a good job adhering this down. Woo. Okay. There we go. Okay, so this will be for another card later. And then if you clean this off, it'll help you when you have to remove the next item. Okay, so this is good. I like this. Okay, let's celebrate you. Now I've got the pieces on there from the kit. But I think I want to do, I know it's a lot of Timid Tiger. I want to do Timid Tiger, and I think I want to use the envelope. So cool. Okay, so now I have to be careful about cutting this down. So we're here, so we're gonna go to the 1/8, and then we can turn this around and go to 4. Okay, that looks pretty even. So now I'm gonna trim about that much and trim, I think I'm gonna have to do more, but let's start with this. Let's see if I got it on my mini trimmer. So yes, oh my gosh, that's really good. Wow, I must be good. Okay, we'll adhere this piece down. Ooh, I love that it's Timid Tiger. I'm just really enjoying Timid Tiger right now. Wasn't one of my faves before, but I'm really liking it. So I'm gonna put adhesive on this again. Kind of a mess back here, but that doesn't matter. And then I'll put this in the center here. That looks so cool. Ah. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to do, no, it's going to be a joy fold. So I'm going to trim this off because I was thinking maybe I would make it a pocket, but no, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so that's cut off. So now I need this piece right here, and I'm wondering if I should do it like that. I think I should. Okay, so that's going to be 2.5, but I'm just going to do 2 5/8 and check it. Okay, 2.5 is good. 2.5. Okay, cool, cool. I love it. Okay, and then I'm going to keep this because I still have, you know, I can still use those for something. Okay, so we'll adhere this on. Okay, see? So here's the next piece of the envelope. This is like perfect for this card. This is what I was missing. I like that so much better. I don't know. I just really like that. There we go. Let's celebrate you. Little fixie fix card. Okay. And this looks a little bit off. So I'm gonna trim a little bit right here. There we go. Okay, perfect. So fun. Okay, so I have that now. So with this one, I think I'm gonna do a, I'll redo this one. So I'm gonna show you this one and this one. And then I do have one more card. I'm running out of time, but it was also going to be one of these Z-fold cards. But then I thought about it and I thought, no, I've already done enough Z-fold cards. I want to do something with this card. And so can you guys hang around just for one more card, even though I'm kind of out of time? Okay, we're going to use these pieces. So hopefully you can stick around because this is, I think this is a pretty cool card. So I'm not going to do this card base. I'm going to do, I need one that folds this way. Okay, so let me move this out of the way, move these out of the way, and then this, ta-da. Okay, so I'm gonna do a card like this. So this is a card that I made a while ago. Look, it has some kind of embellishment on it. And I wanted to do that with this. So I am going to, let's see, I'm going to use this for these two pieces right here. And then on the inside, I'll just do this, I think. So that's gonna go on the inside. So we're gonna do a little bit of cutting and scoring to create our fold here. And so I'm just going to remeasure because it's been a while since I've done this. And so I need to remember the measurements here. So this is 1 7/8 here, okay? And then we're gonna cut at 1/2 inch, from 1/2 inch down to 3. And then I think it's the same over here, 1/2 inch down to 3. Okay, so this is this piece right here. And so we're gonna get out the trimmer. And I'm gonna be cutting this. And I'm going to be cutting it at 3. So 3. And I'm going to be cutting it from 1/2 inch right there. And I'm just gonna stick a little piece of white paper in here so I can see. Okay, good. 1/2 inch here. down to 3. 3. Okay. And then we're gonna open it up and then turn it this way. And then this is 2.5. Okay, so we're gonna put this at 2.5. And again, we're gonna score from 3, or cut from 3 to 1/2. Ding. Okay, so we've cut this little corner out here, and I'm just gonna, looks like I didn't quite get it this way. So I'm just gonna snip it. Oh, okay. And then going to, why does it look so rough? I want it to look nice and cut. Okay, and now I'm gonna fold it over, okay? Gonna fold it and then get my bone folder and fold this and fold that. No, that's not right. That's right, that's not right. Yeah, that's gotta be right. No, what did I do? Oh, you fold it over this way. There we go. Okay, so this is like a corner flip card. So you fold it this way so that the rough edges will be on the inside, but you can kind of smooth those out a little bit with your bone folder a little bit so that they don't look quite so rough. Okay, so now we're gonna cut this. And this is a little tricky, but extremely doable. So we're going to cut from 1, it's about 1/2 inch, down to 1/2 inch, down to 1 3, no, like, let's just do 1 3/4. Okay, so let's go ahead and do 1/2 inch here. I'm gonna mark that with my erasable pen. And then we're gonna do, we said 1 3/4. Gonna measure that again, measure twice, cut once. Okay, that's kind of like in between, it's kind of in between the 1/2 and the, yeah. So it's like 1 5/8. So we're gonna cut there. Okay, so now I'm just gonna double check. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Okay, this is the scary part. Cutting our beautiful piece here. And actually, I forgot. Since I want this middle part, I need to, I'm gonna use a pencil. Pencil. This is my little trick. So pencil and long ruler. Okay, so we're gonna put this on our little mat and it's at 1/2 inch. I'm gonna go in just the tiniest bit to make sure we're good. I'm gonna go in just a little bit more. I'm gonna just draw a very light pencil mark down. And then we have our mark here. So I'm gonna line this up on our mat here. I'm gonna go to our line here and I'm gonna move in a tiny bit and I'm gonna cut, did I draw it? Yeah, I'm gonna cut this out because you're not gonna see any of that and because I need it for this piece right here. So I'm just gonna erase part of it and then we are going to use the trimmer again to cut. I wonder if my trimmer is probably dull. Probably. Okay, so let's do this side first. Cut that way, and then this is about right there. Okay, so now we've got our piece for the middle here. We've got plenty, which is great. And then we have our piece that's gonna fit right there, yay! So it's gonna look continuous. Okay, so whoops, that just fell off, my scoring lid. Okay, so now I'm gonna just fold it this way, and we're gonna put this on here. We're just gonna test it. Oh, measuring bad measuring. Oh, that's really ratso. Okay, what was I supposed to measure it at? I was supposed to measure it from there then, I guess. And it would have been 2 inches. So I should have done 2 inches. So I want to do this card. So I'm going to, I get several kits. So I'm gonna use the second kit. That's why you always get 2 kits. And another reason why you always get 2 kits is, one can get damaged. So here's what the kit looks like when you open it. So you get the tear and tape and this. Here's all the envelopes and the cards. And I'm gonna take this one. Okay, put the envelopes back. And we're gonna cut this down again. And this time I'm just gonna cut it a little bit there so I can really center it. Okay, see, we're still in business. It's all good. Okay, so now I'm gonna try that again. Okay, but I do need to cut this down first. So I'm gonna cut just 4 1/8 from this side, and then cut that down to 4. And then we'll do just a little bit here and a little bit here. And that should give us the 4 by 5 1/4 here. There we go. Yep, that's good. Okay, so now this time we're gonna do 2. So we're gonna do more than 1/2 inch again. So maybe I'll go to like 1/4 of an inch here. Yeah, 1/4 of an inch. And then here, we're gonna do a little more than 2. So 1, 2, and then a little bit more. That's cutting where the flower is. But I still have this one, hee-hee. Lots of hee-hees. That's what Nona does. I think I picked that up from her. It's funny how that happens. Okay, so now back to the trimmer. And we'll trim this piece off. Definitely can use it for another card. So about right there. Okay. And then just line that up. And just come down. Perfect. Okay. So I like this better. It's more centered, but this is what I want for the bottom. Yay. Hopefully this works. Okay. Yes. I just need to trim off this corner here so that it'll like fit under there better. And probably just the tiniest bit of this corner. Tiniest bit. Okay. So that's fine to trim that off like so. Okay, yay! So now I'm going to put adhesive on this. Let's see here. Okay, you guys sticking with me to see this beautiful card? It's going to be beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna slide that under there, line it up with all my edges here, and voila, beautiful. So I'm gonna put a little glue dot in the corner here, and that'll keep this down. I should probably do it from the other one, but it's fine. Okay, so a little glue dot in the corner. Okay, now I'm gonna measure this. This is 3 by 3. And it'd be good to do a sticky note on this. Okay, so the square is 3 by 3. So that's helpful. And then we cut at, just say 3/4 the top. And then we cut at 2 inches on the right side. Okay. Oh, and that's for the front piece. That's not the other piece. And then that one I cut from 1/2 inch to 3 inches. There. So then I put this on here and then I'll hopefully remember a little bit better. Okay, so since that is 3 by 3, we're gonna do a little less than, we're gonna do 2 3/4, but I'm gonna trim it here. And I'm gonna do 3 here, and then we'll do here, and then which side? This side needs a little trimming. Uh-oh, I already trimmed that. Oh, okay. Okay. Ooh, I loves it. It's not exactly like lined up, but I think it looks pretty. I wanted the rose to be the focus, so if I used the other piece, it would kind of be like cut off. I don't think it would look quite as nice, but you could, you know, you could do that. Let's see what that looks like. Just curious. Okay, a little bit less. So what do you think? I feel like it looks squished, even though it's like lined up. So I like that better. It's a little, but I like that better. Okay, so cool. What do you guys think? Okay, good. You like it. Okie dokie. Now I'm gonna put, I can either put this piece in the back. Yeah, I think it makes sense to put this one in the back. So we're just gonna cut this one down to 4. And we'll cut a little bit here. There. Okay. And then just kind of smooth the edges a little bit. And then we'll put this inside. Perfect. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. And then we can put a sentiment inside. We can put one outside too. I guess I did do one outside, but I don't want to cover the rose. Do not want to cover the rose. So I have the dies from the Hugs a Bloom that coordinate with this, that sold out, and I can still use that piece and that piece for something. And I cut out a whole bunch of pieces and I put them somewhere. And let me do a tiny little search. Ooh, we could use one of these from the kit. Like, let's celebrate you. In the corner here. Me. I'm not liking it. Okay, but these are also from the kit. So those could be used for other things. And then, I'm sorry, I'm looking for them because I really want them. Really. There they are. Okay, so these are from the dies. And I'm just gonna erase that a little bit. And then I think I'm just gonna put it inside. Okay, and we are going to do happy birthday. Just need to clean that off because we're gonna do berry burst. And I'm just gonna stamp the happy and then the birthday. So I'm gonna mask it off using Post-it notes. So here's the Post-it note. Okay, I'll just hold it just in case. We'll do happy. one. And then we'll mask it with a different side. And since the Post-it note is so large, I can wrap it around. Do birthday. Okay, birthday starts right there. Pretty good. I'll take it. Not too bad for not being clear. And then we can cut a flower or something to go right there. So, no, I don't want those. I do have some here from the Floral Charm, but I think I'm going to use that. So here's our little flower, and then I think I need a little bit of green. So I could do this one from the dies, or I want to do the one from since I'm using this is also from the Hugs a Bloom, so we'll use this. And it's all gonna be on dimensionals. So more fun, okay? More fun inside. So we'll do it up here. Happy birthday. And then we'll go like this. So I'm gonna do one here and maybe one over here. And it's gonna be popped up on the happy birthday. So this is gonna be kind of a thick card. So there. I think this one is lower. I think it's fine. And then this one, I'll go ahead and pop up as well. Why not? Oh, let's move this all up. Yay. Okay. So a couple more of these. This satisfies my dimensional infatuation? No, my dimensional, I don't know. Okay, we'll just put it, I kind of want it to be more over this way. Let's scoot it, scoot over this way a little bit. Okay, we'll just call that good. There we go, happy birthday. And then you sign your name. Okay, it needs something in the front though. Butterflies, or I think maybe some gold would be good here. If only this were the whole piece, I would cut this out and pop this up here, which I still might do since I have an extra kit. Why not? Let's just really go for it and make this extra special. So, and I'll use the other pieces for another card. I'll do something where I cover that part right there. So I'm gonna go in and just start here so there's not a cut line going in, and I'm gonna cover up that part right there. So I'm just gonna do a rough cut first. Rough cut around. Okay, so then you could do this, and you could use like one of the circle dies to kind of cover that up and make a card. So that's how you still use that. And then this, I'm going to cut this out. Fussy cut this very nicely. And then pop that up and add some of those gold sequins. And I think that should do it. What else could I add? I guess I could add a bow. Okay. We'll just do one dimensional on here. And then we will line that up. It would be nice to do some leaves too. Leaves. Those leaves right there. Be nice if I had the whole thing, darn it. Okay, I might take the leaves, and then we'd have to do a circle covering all of that. Should I do the leaves? Let me know if you think I should do the leaves. I don't know. But let's do some of these gold sequins. We'll do 2 of those. And we'll do one up here. I have one left, but I think that's good. Hey, Susan. So glad to see you here. So glad you could join. I think it would be cool if it had the leaves too. So yeah, I'm gonna cut out the leaves. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut that off because, well, I'll just do like a huge half circle and put it there. And that will hide all the stuff that I surgically removed. So cool. So cool. And then it'll be cool because it's kind of hanging off there. I love it. Okay, dimensionals. So fun. Okay, and I'm gonna offset it a little bit. So I think that'll be kind of fun. Ooh, yes. I like it. Okay, thanks for sticking with me through all of this. So many great things. I'm gonna work on this one for a little bit. I just think that's gonna be super pretty. And then I could do like, let's celebrate you. I could do it like up here. Yeah, I think I like it up there. That's nice. I like that. But I'm gonna color in some of the other flowers too. And just love this kit. Love the Floral Charm coming out July 1st. Make sure to check it out. And don't forget the BOGO sale. It's been very successful. A lot of the dies for the bundles are sold out. It's been super popular, but the Floral Impressions dies with the large oval are available, like with which card? This card that I did. So this oval is available. And so you could mix that with another bundle and get one of the bundles half off. So make sure to check out that sale. Next week, I will be in Mexico doing my 3rd treatment for my back. Got some bulging discs. So fun. And so there will not be a live, sorry. So I will continue and I will be back July 8th. And I will be doing, I wrote it down in my book here. I will be doing the Kintsugi inspirations from the new catalog. I'm very excited about that. And so many things. There's a spooky floral suite that's coming out that I showed in my last live. So if you didn't see that and you want to see the sneak peek of the online exclusives coming out July 1st, go watch the replay. And if you missed the beginning, I did show a bit of my fun finds from Daiso, so you can watch this replay. Thank you guys so much for joining me and hanging in. And I will see you in 2 weeks. Have a wonderful 4th of July and safe 4th of July. And thank you so much for all your support and for watching. And